Good morning to our viewers in Asia and hello to others watching from around the world. Welcome to Arirang Newsbreak. Shares in the country's fifth largest conglomerate, Lotte Group, have plummeted over the past few days as Seoul prosecutors' unprecedentedly intensive probe into the group continues. On Monday alone, 1 trillion won, or nearly $1 billion was wiped off its market cap. We begin with Kim Min-ji.
Lotte Group is having a torrid time on the local stock market. Shares of Lotte Shopping, one of its affiliates, plunged 5.4% on Monday to close at a 10-month low. Shares of Lotte Hi-Mart slumped to a 52-week low, while shares in other Lotte affiliates also plummeted. All in all, roughly $940 million was wiped off Lotte Group shares on Monday alone. For the month of June, Lotte's market capitalization has lost $1.8 billion. This comes on the back of negative investor sentiment after Lotte Hotel indefinitely shelved a plan to go public and Lotte Chemical withdraw from a bid to take over an overseas petrochemical firm amid a widening probe over slush fund allegations, possible tax evasion, and claims the group stockpiled wealth through internal trading. On Monday, prosecutors found over $2 million in cash and a stash of documents belonging to Shin Gyuk-ho, the founder of Lotte Group, at a private residence in Seoul. They are looking into whether it's part of a slush fund, as they have also traced over $25 million in suspicious funds belonging to Shin and his second son, Dongbin, the chairman of Lotte Group. Prosecutors also found a private area of the group's secretariat and secured financial transaction records and bank books of the owner family. Kim Min-ji, Arirang News.
Microsoft is buying a professional social networking site LinkedIn for $26.2 billion. Microsoft says it'll pay $196 a share in an all-cash transaction. That's an almost 50% premium to LinkedIn's stock market value as of last Friday. Under the terms of the deal, LinkedIn will retain its own brand and independence, and CEO Jeff Weiner will stay on. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella said the two companies share a mission of connecting the world's professionals and helping people work more efficiently. The deal is one of the largest tech takeovers on record and is expected to help Microsoft gain a solid foothold in the social network market. It appears as though a clear majority of British voters now want Britain out of the European Union, with just 9 days to go before the June 23rd referendum. In a joint poll conducted by telephone and online from June 10th to the 13th, public opinion research company ICM and The Guardian found that 53% favored Britain leaving the EU. 47% wanted to remain. The poll results do not include those who are undecided. When ICM conducted the same survey 2 weeks ago, the split between leave and remain was at 52 to 48. A host of new details are emerging about the gunman behind the deadliest mass shooting in modern American history. The FBI says the man who killed dozens of people at a nightclub in Orlando was almost certainly driven by a radical Islamic ideology, but there's no clear evidence yet of his link to a specific terror group. Kim Mo-gyun has the latest.
FBI Director James Comey says the Orlando gunman Omar Mateen, a 29-year-old New York native and son of Afghan immigrants, had strong indications of radicalization and was inspired by foreign terrorist organizations. Speaking at a news conference Monday, Comey said federal authorities were still trying to determine Mateen's exact motives for shooting up the gay nightclub. The FBI chief added that it is still not clear which terrorist group Mateen supported, as he pledged solidarity with conflicting organizations.
So there were 3 total calls. During the calls, he said he was doing this for the leader of ISIL, who he named and pledged loyalty to. But he also appeared to claim solidarity with the perpetrators of the Boston Marathon bombing and solidarity with a Florida man who died as a suicide bomber in Syria for Al-Nusra Front, a group in conflict with the so-called Islamic State.
Comey said the police are trying to determine whether Mateen had recently scouted Disney World as a potential target, as reported by People.com, that cited an unidentified federal law enforcement source. As the investigation goes on, the international community is mourning the 49 innocent people killed in the massacre. Messages of support have flowed in from around the world, with many saying the response should be one of love, not anger. France's Eiffel Tower was lit up in rainbow colors to express condolences to the victims, many of whom came from the LGBT community. Thousands of people observed a 2-minute silence in London's Soho neighborhood, lighting off hundreds of balloons in memory of those killed. A vigil was also held in the Canal Street district of central Manchester in northern England, an area of the city that is packed with gay bars and restaurants. Mexicans also joined a vigil outside the U.S. Embassy in Mexico City to show their support for the victims. Kim Mo-gyan, Arirang News.
Korea has been dogged by bad air quality for a while now, but some respite is on the way. The National Institute of Environmental Research says people in Korea will be able to breathe a little easier for the next few months, as fine dust levels are not expected to hit bad until at least September. That's not to say the air will be perfect, but it should be bearable. The institute says high-speed atmospheric flow during the summer forces fine dust away from the peninsula. The upcoming rainy season is also expected to wash away some of the airborne dust as well. And that does it for now. Thank you for watching. Keep it tuned to Arirang for more of the day's headlines throughout the day.